Hello, David R. Becker here with BeckerArt, and today I want to show you how to fix some brushes that got ruined with some masking fluid. I was on a flight coming back from France from a workshop, and I had this drawing gum, Pebeo drawing gum, in my luggage in a bag with my brushes, and right, the pressure underneath the plane was whatever, it just came out of the thing and went all over the bag. So what I want to do today is I tested a few products and I wanted to show you how you can get rid. If you can see, this is really hard as a rock now. It was filled, the bag filled up, and these were sitting inside the bag. And so as you can see, I don't know if you can see real close up, but these are pretty much ruined. But I wanted to see if I could get rid of this stuff. I used these three products, thinking that the Goof Off and the Acetone would work. These two products did not work at all. Actually, they didn't work. They were a little bit too harsh for that. But what I did use was this Goo Gone, and it worked perfectly on some of the other brushes. I had about 7 brushes that were in this bag. They all got ruined. But if you watch here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the Goo Gone and just pour some of this put it in that little cup here. I got a little, I guess these are for candles. And so what I'm going to do is take the brush, and like I said, it's hardened maskoid that's on there. Can't rub it off or anything, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put it in here and just keep on working it. I mean, this is really solid. This, if you can look, see, it's really solidly on there. But if you just keep on working it, just keep on putting it in there. Hopefully I can get this one. But it's so, this is the worst brush out of all of them. We'll see if we can get it back to a good where I can use it again. Because right now it's hard as a rock. Just dried masking fluid on there. You can see it's really dried on there good. I'm going to just keep on going with soaking it in there. I can already tell it's getting looser. This Goo Gone worked better than the Goof Off, which I thought was the same company, but I guess I'm not sure if they're the same company, but it's a different product. It's also for removing things from the window and stuff. But this GooGone, or this Goo Gone, actually has been, I actually rescued 3 of the brushes I already had. But after I get done, a lot of times there's still some residue on there. And so what I did is I will take this brush cleaner, after I get this stuff out of there, I'll take this brush cleaner by BJ, the Master's Brush Cleaner. It's by General Pencil. They make this brush cleaner. They also make soap, but this is brush cleaner and preserver, and it works really good on this afterwards. So I'm letting it soak a little bit. Just going to keep on pushing it down like this. Keep it going. See how my actually it's turning green because this stuff is like blue. This Pebeo is pretty blue. I'm just going to keep on. And now it's already down to where you can feel the brush bending and stuff. So see how it's like all in? I'm going to take a little bit of this paper towel. I'm just going to start taking it off of there because it's starting to make the rubbery part, the masking fluid, it's starting to like come off. It's like it loosens it up. I may take and get some new Goo Gone. This one was really bad. I mean, look at that. It's really in there. But it is melting it. It's kind of like, it's like melting it back down to masking fluid and rubber. So go back in here again. I'm just making a mess here, but that's okay. Keep on just tapping. I'm going to soak it in here, and then I'll come right back in a little second, and we'll see if we can't get that totally off of there. So back in a second. All right, we're back, and what I've done while I turned the camera off was I dumped it into the Goo Gone. I changed it like 2 other times besides what I had in there, and I got most, if not most of the rubber masking fluid stuff off the brush. I kind of took my fingers and I took a paper towel like this and I kept on dumping it in there, rolling it around, and got most of the the masking fluid off the brush, but now it's all oily and that's kind of like, yeah, it's very oily, very oily. So to get that off of there, because you couldn't paint watercolors with this oily kind of brush now, I'm going to take this brush cleaner made by General Pencil. It's a brush cleaner they sell, and it's mostly for acrylic brushes or oil painting brushes. But I'm going to dip it in water now. And by the way, when you're doing this stuff, don't use soap and water to get that off the brush, because it just doesn't work. It repels it. So, but this brush cleaner stuff works really well. So you're going to put it in here. You can tell my brush is already getting brighter, and all the blues from the masking fluid is kind of dissolving. And when I put it in the water, I'm just going to run my fingers through this a little bit and really kind of just get some of the dirty masking fluid. Look at how it's brightening up my brush back to its original color from when I first got it, but none even the watercolor stains are coming out of this. So I'll put it in the water, rinse it a little bit. I'll do it again. And then they say that if you put your brush, if it's like bent the wrong way or it's not coming together, a good way to style your brush again to get a real fine point is put it into boiling water. I'm not going to do this on this video, but that's maybe another video to come, how to take your brushes that are really frayed and get them back to where they're nicely shaped. You put them into boiling water. But for this one, we're just going to try to get the masking fluid out of this brush that was actually hard as a rock when I first started. As you can see now, it's getting some nice, the hairs are coming out and it's actually getting cleaner. So rinse it again with water. Rinse with my paper towel. And actually, let me rinse the whole thing out here. So what we'll do is one more time, put it into the soap, the General Brush Cleaner and Preserver. Just going to put some in there. Some water. Just let it, basically soap that I guess is used for oil painting brushes. Stuff works pretty well. And the other 3 or 4 brushes I've done already came out really well. I almost couldn't tell there was masking fluid in there. Here we go again. We're just going to rinse it out. So there you have it. I'm just going to give it a little point, and it's still a little bit, has a little bit of stickiness to it yet, but I think if I just do a couple more times with the soap and then also put it into boiling water, which I don't have right here, get my shape of my brush back. So there you have it. If you think you ruined the brush from the Maskoid, don't throw it away. Just give it a try. Don't use Goof Off. Don't use acetone. Use Goo Gone. It's the stuff that worked best for me, and it's called a goo and adhesive remover, and I guess masking fluid is a goo that I got out of this brush. And so if you can tell right now, the brush is actually flexible now again. Let's see if you can see. See, it's a little flexible again, and actually it's back to the way it was before I put it into a bag that went overseas and got masking fluid on it. So give it a shot, and hopefully it'll work for you too. Thanks a lot.